You got to talk to the Muslims, the Sinhalese and the Tamils there. So that is the one. So but North is virtually ready for implementation in time. Yeah.
In this matter, this paper at page 14, I must say, is wholly unsatisfactory.
13 or 14?
Page 14.
Yes, okay, this is 13, my page, right.
Wholly unsatisfactory because even if you look at the recent history, after the war ended, President Mahinda Rajapaksa himself has made 3 joint statements with India. Now we are saying this just before you go to India. Joint statements, all 3 were made with India. And the joint statement said, we'll implement the 13th Amendment in full. Not full minus police powers, no. He said 13th Amendment in full and building upon it so as to achieve meaningful devolution. So there were 2 issues that were considered. One, that it has not been implemented in full yet and that will be done. Second concession is that it is not meaningful. That is why it will be made meaningful. Even if you implement it in full, it is not meaningful devolution. It will be built upon in such a way as to achieve meaningful devolution. Not once, not twice, 3 times joint statements were made with India. Now that was the position of UPFA government. Now under the in the last parliament when you were chairman of the steering committee of the Constitutional Assembly, the Prime Minister was a member of the steering committee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cabinet ministers who are here were all members of the steering committee. Mr. Sambhadan and I were there. On devolution, we arrived at certain measure of agreement. In fact, Honorable President Ranatunga and Honorable Susil Premajan and another member, a 3-member ad hoc committee made a report also.
I have that also, yes.
Made a report also. So we arrived at fair amount of consensus on that. There was a subcommittee on devolution of police power, in which Honorable Namal Rajapaksa was also a member, and they gave a report on how that can be devolved. All that was achieved. So now to go back and say exception of police powers and then safeguard full powers doesn't seem a meaningful effort at all. We're going back on promises by both sides, both the UPFA at that time and the current hybrid government.
Okay. Firstly, I am Ranil Wickramasinghe and not Ranil Rajapaksa. So I am not bound by. I am not going to say what President Rajapaksa did, but I do go along with him saying that there has to be full implementation of the 13th Amendment. But in the discussions we had earlier, when I mentioned full implementation, there was a big outcry and we decided that we'll go ahead and take up police powers later. So you got to decide on that. Rest of it, I have asked you all to be in a committee to work with Susil Premaja and the Minister Prasanna Ranatunga, both of whom are there, so you can finish all the details with them. I read the report that you all had done even 2 days ago. I am in agreement with that. I haven't seen Namal Rajapaksa's report for both of them, and there is the Minister for Justice. So we have to decide whether we are going ahead with this, whether you all want to go ahead with this or not, because we have to draft the legislation. Then other bills are what we have done, and third, I have put one to catch up with any. I think you. There are any matters belong to the provinces which is being administered by the center, we'll take it back to the provinces. So we are prepared. I think the disagreement seems to be only on what we do with police powers. Everything else is there as well.
Our position is